Chapter 286, Humanoid Cultivation Resource. This thing had been in his possession for a long time, but had never been used. He had only considered using it when he was trapped in the void array of the Heavenly Ghost sect, but had not used it in the end. It can control soul transformation and below. It shouldn't be a problem for me to destroy this demoness soul clone. While Songshi was deep in thought, Bayur slapped him to the ground and said, "I've already formed yin and yang. Your dharmic powers are very pure. Although it's yang in nature, it's still beneficial to my cultivation." Songshi was about to activate the spirit command talisman, when the white snake demon venerable spat out a mouthful of cold air and froze him. "Don't tell me she found out." Songshi hurriedly put the talisman hidden in his palm back into the system space. Even if Bayur wanted to search, she could not find it. However, seeing that Bayur's reaction was not because she noticed his cheap trick, Songshi heaved a sigh of relief. Bayur searched once and, indeed, did not find any treasures on Songshi that tempted her. As for the blood dragon dharma treasures and storage bags, they were nothing to her. "No matter where your secret treasure is hidden, I will devour your dharmic powers first today to recover some of my losses." Bayur snorted coldly and opened her mouth to suck in Songshi's nomological power. "Oh no, Ragnarok hasn't completely cooled down. I can't move." Songshi thought to himself that this was bad. He could only accept reality. After all, he was very experienced in such matters. Outside, Black Snake looked at the golden white light flickering in the palace. It was flickering in a regular pattern, secretly harmonizing with a certain rhythm. This B*TCH pretends to be unwilling, but in fact, she wants to snatch all his nomological power to cultivate. She really knows how to pretend. Old Black sneered. Bayur's cultivation had long reached the realm of yin-yang unity. The dharmic powers of this blood-robed old ghost would be beneficial to her. "I hope I can control the blood-robed old ghost this time, and save myself the trouble of using other methods," he muttered to himself. The blood-robed old ghost's nomological power was inferior to the white snake demon venerables, so it should be easy to control him this time. He carefully sensed the fluctuations of his nomological power. Once there were traces of a peerless treasure appearing, he would not sit still and wait around. In the palace, Bayur was shocked after receiving the benefits. "Your nomological power source is actually so terrifying. It's 10 times stronger than others of the same level. Shouldn't you be happy, then?" Songshi chuckled. This demoness seemed unwilling on the surface, but in fact, she was coveting his pure yang nomological power and origin. "I am happy. You happen to be qualified to help me train." The white snake demon venerable laughed loudly, and a strange look appeared in her eyes, confusing Songshi. His spirit was forced back into his sea of consciousness, and he lost control of the nomological power and essence energy in his body, allowing her to devour it. Songshi had 9 golden cores and his nomological power was pure. His total amount was even more abundant than that of an ordinary nascent soul cultivator. Furthermore, he had multiple divine bodies. His flesh, blood, and bones contained pure life source. If it was an ordinary snake demon, it would be very difficult for it to withstand the power of the 9 suns. Not to mention the yang energy contained in Songshi's nomological power and essence origin. However, Bayur's cultivation level was high and she was at the soul transformation realm. This power was just right. Therefore, Songshi's cultivation source was a top-notch cultivation resource for Bayur. She smiled proudly and said to herself, "Other things aside, just devouring this person's nomological power source can help me advance by leaps and bounds and save me 100 years of bitter cultivation." She did not hold back and devoured crazily, causing her nomological power and origin essence to increase rapidly. As for Songshi, he began to wither. A day later, when she saw the exhausted Songshi and felt that her cultivation level had increased significantly, she mercilessly swallowed the last of Songshi's strength. Songshi directly died. Half a breath later, Songshi's body disappeared, as if he had completely left this world. Bayur's pupils constricted. It disappeared again. He must have been taken away by his secret treasure. Her thoughts spread out and scanned the surroundings, but she did not find any traces. "Are you looking for him?" Songshi appeared behind her and teased her. "Have you devoured enough?" Bayur's body trembled. She turned her head and stared at Songshi. The latter's flesh was full and had a lustrous luster. He was in high spirits and looked completely different from his withered appearance just now. This shocked her. How did you do it? The nomological power source, devoured, was not fake. She started having a new understanding of this person's strangeness and mystery. If she had only killed him, it would not have involved the loss of too much power, hence it was reasonable that he recovered to peak state. But this time, she had devoured him completely until his power was all gone. And yet he could actually recover to his peak state and replenish his power. Why do you have so many questions? Song-Shi retorted, if you want to kill me, just do it. Be straightforward. Bayur came back to her senses and snorted coldly. A cold light erupted from her body and quickly froze Song-Shi. I don't believe that I can't kill you even with this. She devoured Song-Shi's power again. The other parties, Origin and Cultivation, were extremely pure and she benefited greatly. However, how did this person recover to his peak state? Amidst her devouring, the aura on Bayur's body continued to increase and began to approach the next minor realm. Half a day later, Song-Shi died of deficiency, but he quickly revived again. Bayur looked at Song-Shi, who was completely fine, and felt her scalp tingle. What was this thing? It even had a self-charging function. This person is definitely not his true body. I might just be devouring an energy body, a special clone. Bayur guessed, what kind of treasure can condense such a special clone? She felt that all her previous doubts had been resolved. Why couldn't she kill this person? She guessed that she had been killing his clone all along. I don't believe that your strength is endless. Bayur snorted coldly. After Song-Shi revived, she would devour him again. 3 times, 5 times, 10 times. Half a month later, Bayur's cultivation soared. She actually directly increased by a small realm and reached the mid-stage soul transformation realm. It was equivalent to hundreds of years of bitter cultivation. The black snake, who had been waiting impatiently outside, noticed the change in Bayur's aura. He raised his head and said coldly, you can actually break through. Fairy white snake, it's not over yet. Don't be too greedy, I still have a part of that treasure. You're thinking too much. I only managed to smoothly break through after obtaining the benefits of his body. Bayur replied indifferently. Then, she retracted her nomological power fluctuations and brought Song-Shi out after freezing him. Look, he's still alive. Old monster, why are you in such a hurry? Song-Shi said calmly. He was waiting for an opportunity. A chance when Bayur was careless to hit the other party's forehead with the spirit command talisman. The black snake immediately understood what was going on. This person must have been revived after being devoured by Bayur. Then, his nomological power source was devoured and circulated repeatedly, strangely becoming a special cultivation resource. Humanoid cultivation resources. Resources that were more precious than spirit stones and medicinal pills. He said, I really didn't expect you to use him like this. Then they'll swallow him up too. Get lost, I don't cultivate with male snakes. Song-Shi had a look of disdain. He was happy to be devoured by Bayur's power, but upon thinking about being devoured by the old snake, there was only disgust left in him. Eccentric black snake, you're the one who kept asking me to work hard. I won't trouble you anymore, continue waiting. At this moment, Bayur was already treating Song-Shi as her personal possession. Her strong possessiveness made her not want to share this man.